wasn't that neat and pointless? Those little Pokemon D&D dudes? Maybe I'll make a series of them at some point. Anyways, welcome all, I'm Dawn and this is my Forge, where I'll be crafting and reacting, along with the help of my magic TV rock thingy here, to content for upcoming series and episodes. In this series, I had 13 friends of mine choose a Pokemon they thought would be Fire Red the fastest. Now, some of these guys are big Pokemon fans, and others haven't seen anything Pokemon related since they were young. I wanted a relatively diverse pool here, so don't judge their choices too hard. The rules are pretty simple. The clock-in time is whatever's on the trainer card after beating the Elite Four and Champion. I can only use one unevolved Pokemon I'll run aside from HM Slaves. They had to pick a Gen 1 base form Pokemon but couldn't choose things without an evolution like Tauros or Pinsir, or get an evolution down the line like Scyther or Chansey. Aside from that, all items are fair game, including healing in battle and using X stat boosts. This isn't a nuzlocke or a hardcore challenge, and not even a traditional speedrun. And that's about it, so let's see who takes the cake. Okay, so, starting off this stupid-ass series, we have my buddy Jamal. It was the first run I did, and it was probably one of the most enjoyable. Now, for his Pokemon, he chose Drowzee, and I think this is a fantastic choice. And why? Well, A, he clocked in a speed faster than any of the test runs I had done this far, which was a very good sign at the start. Disclaimer, I did a bunch of test runs, just so I can figure this shit out and have a much more streamlined process, despite it not being an actual speedrun in any sense of the word. This is just a way to get all the runs going forward being on the same level. So why is Drowzee so good? Well, Psychic types are pretty dang strong in Gen 1. Even though this is technically Gen 3. What I'm trying to say is in this actual game, Psychic types are great. Drowzee also starts with Pound and Hypnosis. Thank you, Jeebus. Because with a move pool like this, I don't see myself running into much trouble. And if I did, well, I would just put that sucker into a deeper sleep than your diabetic dad after the Thanksgiving dinner. So we started the game and I chose my rival to have Squirtle, since Squirtle eventually, as he levels up, learns Bite, a dark type move. And I figured that'd give me the hardest time as a rival, since I would decimate a Venusaur, who is poison and I'm psychic, and I figured Charizard wouldn't be as big of a challenge, seeing as I have pretty high defense and special defense, so I went with Squirtle and Bite. Now, before I could leave the lab, Gary, being the dick that he is, was very primed to start with the animal abuse right away. And Squirtle came out, and I put him to sleep. I followed that up by giving Squirtle the pounding of his lifetime. I beat that tiny turtle so mercilessly that even Mario would have stopped and said, this might have been too much. After the battle was over, there was a lot more battling before Brock. Like, a lot. But I'll skip all the non-important footage and just say that I picked up Confusion at level 11. That's right, Confusion. At 11. Kinda broken. And with my newfound powers, I stomped my way all the way up to Brock, and nope, before I got there I died to poison. Fantastic. So, while I was back in Viridian City, I decided to get the experience from Rival 1B. Then I rushed back to Pewter City to get my first badge. We get to Brock's gym, and while Brock could be scary for those with only physical, normal attacks like Scratch and Tackle, and Pound for that matter, he's super easy for someone with a special attack, like Confusion. Brock was a pushover, and we made our way straight through the other trainers all the way to Mount Moon, grabbing the rare candy in there and a few other items like the TM Thief. We battle the Team Rocket members and utterly decimate them with Confusion, as most of Team Rocket Pokemon are poison. Yeah, that doesn't seem fair. No, does it? We also fight a paleontologist who is just out doing an honest day's work, digging for fossils. He found two, and for whatever reason, after we beat the ever-living crap out of him, we tax him one. I mean, I thought we were playing the protagonist here, but instead it seems we very well might be the catalyst to this nerd's villain origin story. We finally get out of the moon and grab Mega Punch from the trainer before hitting Cerulean City. We were pounding things before, and now we'll be punching them. Still, Mega Punch, Confusion, Hypnosis, and Disable or Thief at level 20 is a stellar move pool. Rival 2 went down easily enough despite the annoyance of Sand Attack. I lost a bit of time getting Squirtle to sleep, but alas, we got there. Nugget Bridge was a joke with the amount of poison Pokemon that fell instantly to Confusion. Next was Misty. Sure, she was a bit harder since I didn't have any super effective moves against her, and her Starmie resisted my Confusion flat out, but thankfully this is where Drowzee's claim to fame comes in, because Drowzee, you see, is tanky as hell. So when Starmie used Water Pulse against me, didn't really use Water Pulse against me now, did she? I barely lost any health. I chipped her all the way down to 1 HP. One damn HP. That's not even fair. But luckily Hypnosis held out and we were able to finish the deed. Slower than I would have liked, but still not terrible. Doing well here, Drowzee, doing well. Once we defeated Misty, we headed down to Vermilion City and the SSN, learning Meditate along the way. I mowed down the trainers in the SSN for some quick EXP, since the trainers were so close together, and there was a nice spot to rest in the ship, making it so that I didn't have to run back to the Pokemon Center to heal. We rubbed the back of a stranger who was puking in a garbage can, which in this post-pandemic world we wouldn't have touched with a 10-foot pole. And out of sheer gratitude, and I'm guessing at least some arousal, he gave us the TM for cut. Nice. Sadly, we have terrible switch luck here, and took us way longer than I wanted to get the doors open in Surge's gym. Annoying to be sure, but in the race, this was infuriating beyond belief. We get through and beat Surge so badly that this battle will now be the source of his PTSD instead of the war. Boom! 3 badges down, and we're off to Rock Tunnel. We don't need to worry about getting flashed because I'm a giant Pokemon nerd who's memorized the inside of that stony cavern really well from countless wasted hours of completing more challenge playthroughs than I'd like to admit. They haven't really advanced my life in any way, and in all honesty they might be a hindrance. Please send help. Moving on. We come out of Lavender Town and we pass by a big old spooky tower, but we're not ready for that yet because we can't determine which ghost Pokemon we're actually confronting, despite there only being one lineage of ghost Pokemon in this generation. We need a device that, for some reason, the Mafia has, so we head due west all the way to Celadon. We do our shopping, including getting tea from an old lady, as well as the HM for Fly, which we teach to our newly caught flightless bird. We fly back and head to Gym 4. Now, Erica is full of grass types, but in Gen 1, every grass type is also a poison type, aside from Execute, of course. So we psychic our way all the way through to Badge 4 with 0 resistance, and we're feeling great. Now we get to go take on the mob. In the Rocket Game Corner, we get a few unlucky paralyzes and poisons that eat some time, but it's generally non-eventful. So we get the Silph Scope off Giovanni and we head back to the spooky tower. Rival 4 wasn't terribly scary. The Execute did hit us with all kinds of annoying shenanigans, however. There was so much confusion and paralysis that Kadabra almost took us out, since we hit ourselves in confusion again and again and again. I needed to actually use Hypnosis, pause the battle, and heal myself with a potion. The rest of the tower went well, and we saved the old man who let us play his flute. The amount of sexual innuendo in this game is staggering. We head south to the docks and Mega Punch a lot of fishermen in the face. As we make our way to Fuchsia City and the Safari Zone, we get our Surf and we get our Gold Teeth for strength while we pick up a Nidorino, so we use the Moonstone for Mount Moon, turn it into a Nidoking, and we have ourselves an HM Slave for Surf and Strength. Koga himself wasn't an issue, as his Pokemon are all poison, and they got wrecked pretty hard by our big old brain. I did, however, have issues with the Hypnos in the gym, since they didn't kill me, but they slowed down the run significantly. With our 5th badge in hand, we go off to Saffron once again to take on Rocket Tower. We got to floor 5, where we get the key card, to go back down to floor 3, to take the teleportal to Rival 5. We start off against the Pidgeot now. We put him to sleep with the Hypnosis, and we Mega Punch him to the face. He goes down in 2, no sand attacks, it feels great. Then Blastoise comes out, we get a Mist Hypnosis, and a big old bite comes and hits us. That's what I was afraid of. But Hypnosis lands, and again we dispatch him with relative ease. Growlithe is out, Psychic is just going to do its work. Execute comes out, and this is the Pokemon that I'm pretty frightened of. It has Paralysis, it has Hypnosis, it's just an annoying Pokemon all around. Mega Punch him down. Alakazam comes out. I have no choice but to give myself a heal here, because he will outspeed me. He Calm Minds to up his special, but Mega Punch is doing almost half. I do one more, he just holds on, and we knock him out with a 3rd Mega Punch. Easy peasy. Once we pass Rival 5, we take on Giovanni for the 2nd time. We kick his ass since most of his Pokemon die to Psychic in one shot, and we go and fight the mini gym next to Sabrina, and it's the damn beaches of Normandy there, and we leave no man standing. Like, you know, beaches of Normandy, where everyone got... Anyways, it was just a massacre in the gym. It was quick XP, and we pop in next door to fight Sabrina for our next badge. She could be a formidable opponent, but in a happy little accident, I resist her strongest attacks, as she resists ours. And in a stalemate like that, I just punched everything really hard in the face until I had a badge. Mega Punch is still putting in the work for me here. Great move, great pickup, cannot complain. I take this opportunity to fly to the power plant and grab the hidden max elixir, and this is something in every run that's going to rely on since, you know, I kind of need it. The Elite Four doesn't let you heal or restore your PP, so having this is vital to make sure you have the moves you need all the way through. Well, I'm ready now to head back to Pallet and surf south to Cinnabar Island. We pick up some max repels and hyper potions and venture into the Fire Mansion. With repel up, there's actual no encounters, and we pop out with the secret key to Blaine's gym. In the gym, we don't answer the questions, because instead, we battle for experience. Most of the things die in 1 to 2 shot, and it's Blaine time. Nothing too important here, except that Arcanine killed her twice. Anyways, finally we get through, we fly back to Viridian City for the 8th gym, now being opened. The gym rats aren't an issue, but the big man himself, Giovanni, is. His Rhyhorn with Earthquake is doing a lot of damage to me, and I literally have to try a few times before I'm able to get past him. Once I do, the rest was pretty cake. After our 10-year-old ass thwarts the Mafia for a third and final time, it's off to Rival 6. He leads with Pidgeot, of course. We get a first round Hypnosis, and he doesn't use Sand Attack to start, so that's great. We use Hypnosis to boost up our Meditates to get nice and bulky with our Mega Punches. He wakes up again, no Sand Attack, fantastic! We do a couple more Meditates, get ready. We're going to use while he's still asleep to heal ourselves. He wakes up and it's fine, because at this point, Mega Punch is just going to wipe the floor with him. Blastoise comes out, and even with all his bulky defense, it's still a 2-shot, and when he hits us, it's not too hard because, again, we're bulky too. Then, Rhyhorn comes out and gets scary low. That was my bad. Heal myself up, finish off the Rhyhorn, and that's the last thing that I have to worry about because Growlithe's a 1-shot, Execute's a 1-shot, and of course, our outsped Alakazam doesn't hit us, and we 1-shot. Now, that all being done, I have to do the long trek through the mountain up Victory Road to get to the Pokemon League. Have to do all these stupid little boulder puzzles that, admittedly, as a kid, stumped me. The concept of having to push a boulder in one floor and it activating something on a different floor blew my little mind. What do you want? I was like 8. Give me a break. Now that we're at the end, we'll tie up all loose ends like actually healing our Pokemon. And despite them working very hard all game for us, we're going to stuff all the other Pokemon into a box so they get absolutely no glory from this. Now, I'm using rare candies to level up now instead of later because it's just the call I want to make. You can make the argument for leveling up closer to Lance, but we're doing it now and it's going to work out well for us. So we clock in our time right before the Elite Four at 10:02 and let's get going. First up is Lorelei. Dewgong comes out. I'm going to use Dewgong to meditate after I get the first Hypnosis out. He breaks out, not doing too much damage to me. Luckily, I'm not weak to ice or water too much, so we're going to go ahead. Keeps holding on by just a sliver, but you know what? It's fine. We're going to go ahead and Hypnosis. We could make it meditate here, but we're going to see what Mega Punch does. Almost knocks it out. That was my bad. I should have healed. We live on 10 HP. Very scary. Now, Cloyster comes out, and Cloyster can't do diddly squat to us, so he just bounces around. I don't know why I Hypnosised, but I did. It does land, and we're just going to go ahead and Mega Punch it. Because they're 2-shotting Mega Punches here, so there's no reason not to at this point. They're very strong. Things are setting up for future moves that they're never going to get to do. Hail's getting slightly annoying, but you know what? We're Canadian. It's fine. Punch the Jinx. Jinx goes down, and that's Lorelei out of the way. Better than a lot of the test runs that I did where she was one of the hardest members to deal with. Now, this shouldn't be too bad. We put him to sleep. We see that Psychic is just tearing through Onix. Sky Uppercut does a lot more damage than I'd like it to. So we just go ahead, put it to sleep. We're going to Psychic it. It goes down. Hitmonlee, I believe, is faster than us. It misses. Hypnosis, I don't know if that would have killed us if we didn't get that, but luckily we don't have to worry about that because it died. Another Earthquake comes out. We are very low. Hyper Potion up, and this is that. We're just going to go ahead, put it to sleep, and Psychic it. We again hold on with 20 HP. We need the Hyper Potion. Rock Tomb does almost nothing to us. I probably didn't need to Hypnosis here. I probably could have just Psychicked. One Psychic left, and he goes down. That's Bruno. That's money. Stop the Evolve, and head on to Agatha, where we're going to obviously use our... We are going to swap out Meditate for Calm Mind here to boost our special attack instead of our physical. Something that, arguably, I could have done much earlier. I don't know why I didn't. But either way, we're here without too much trouble. Gengar is not too bad. We obviously use an Ether there to get our power points back. Psychic is just going to rip through Gengar, rips through Golbat. It ripped through the other Gengar. It ripped through Arbok. I mean, these are all poison secondary types. And a Calm Mind boosted Psychic is just literally ripping through this entire team. Last thing to come out is the Haunter. One shot to Agatha was a joke for Drowzee. We head on through to Lance. Lance I was curious about because of the overwhelming power and speed of his dragon types, but luckily Hypnosis is a great strategy. We get a bunch of extra Calm Minds. Dragon Rage does almost nothing to us because it only does 40 damage. We have a bunch of health. We're feeling good here. Keep boosting those Calm Minds. Gyarados stays asleep, which is terrific. We're going to be able to even heal ourselves up before we have to fight other things. Really not an issue here with the Elite Four. Disclaimer, this is the second run through the Elite Four because the first time I went through was very similar, but Lance actually killed me. So I had to do it a second time, and the Hypnosis hit, so I was good to go. Hyper Beam knocked me out the first time. We go on to the final, and yeah, it's not too bad. We go get the Hypnosis off. Psychic is doing almost a 2-shot, don't even need to boost it at this point. Arcanine comes out. We make sure we heal ourselves. We Calm Mind because it's asleep. Calm Mind. And that's going to be it for the most part. Everything else is just going to die. We have to heal ourselves because another Extreme Speed would kill us. We're running low on those potions, but thankfully the Psychic is going to just take out the Arcanine. The Blastoise should go down too. We took a big gamble there. He could have bit us for quite a bit of damage, potentially a kill, but again, sometimes when you're in the moment, you're just clicking things, you're going for it, and we came out the other side okay. Everything else just kind of gets one shot, one shot, one shot, and that's game. We prevent the evolution because that would have sucked, because I want to clock this in as a Drowzee, not a Hypno. We follow Professor Oak to the Hall of Champions. We clock in our time and our team, and the first runner makes it at 11:07 in-game time. Of course, that's times 8, where every minute is 7 seconds, so every 7 seconds I waste is a minute in-game. And that's it. We're done. Complete. Good job. Thank you for listening. Again, this is going to be an entire series that I'm going to be doing for all 13 of my buddies who chose. The winner does get a cash prize, so there's incentive for these to be good. I think this is a fun series. I'm having a blast doing it, and if there's anything that you would personally like to see, please let me know, because this is a secondary hobby for me, not my profession, and I thoroughly enjoy doing this content. So thank you again, and we'll see you in the next one.